Good morning, everybody. It is Valerie Beausoleil from Beausoleil Realty Group here with you, welcoming Stephanie Anderson from Atlantic Bay Mortgage. I would love to introduce Stephanie to you. Stephanie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself today?
Yeah, hi, I'm Stephanie Anderson, sales leader with Atlantic Bay. Been in mortgage about 18 years. Live in the Greensboro, North Carolina area. Have three kids that I am trying to grow up and move into college.
Awesome. I love working with Atlantic Bay. All the loans that I've done with you have been relatively smooth, and you have this magical fairy dust. If we do run into problems, you have
Thank you.
a magic way of making sure it still gets to the table. So I thank you for that. Today, we are going to talk about a program that I know I've had clients use, and I do work with a lot of first-time home buyers, so I try to promote this program to them. And from what I understand, and you can touch on this a little bit, that not every lender is able to offer this program, that you have to be a member or have to be qualified to offer it. So maybe you can touch on that a little bit while you're talking about it. But the topic today is, how do I qualify for the North Carolina First Home Advantage program? So you're on, Steph. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, all right. So the North Carolina First Home Advantage program is offered through our state's housing finance agency. You do have to be a preferred lender through that state housing finance agency in order to be able to offer that loan. I am personally, even the lender itself is not always a preferred lender. It's actually the loan officer with the lender combined. This particular program is specific for first-time home buyers. They classify, though, a first-time home buyer doesn't actually have to mean that you've never owned real estate, but that you haven't owned real estate in the last 3 years. So a little tip that lots of people don't know. There are income limits on the program. So once you exceed those income limits, you don't meet the qualifications for that program. But the income limits are fairly high considering. It does count all household income, meaning that even, let's say you have husband and wife, and maybe only husband is on the loan. They will look at wife's income to see where that puts them within that qualifying factor. They don't use wife's income from that scenario to qualify them in looking at the income versus the debt, but they do look at it in regards to, do they meet the limit for that program, or exceed the limit is a better way to state it, for that program. This program is currently offering $15,000. That $15,000 can be used towards down payment, or it can be used as a combination towards down payment and closing costs. Very significant amount of money. Many first-time home buyers, that's their number one obstacle, is having down payment money. So this truly gives them an option to be able to get into a home without having to have so much money saved. The $15,000 is provided as a loan to the buyer. However, it is given to them at 0% interest. It has $0 monthly payments on it. And after that buyer has lived in that home for 15 years as their primary residence, the balance is fully forgiven. If they don't live in that home for the full 15 years, that's okay. There's a period of that term where the balance is due back. There's a period of that term that a prorated portion of that balance is due back. And we can talk about that in more detail. Outside of that, those are the main pieces to it. Would love to help answer some questions for any buyers interested in this program. Don't let fear of not having money, not having appropriate credit prevent you from calling and talking to a local lender, because there are programs out there like this that can help you.
I agree. And that is something that I hear a lot is, oh, I'm not ready. I can't. And there's a lot of self-limiting beliefs out there. And I try to educate them and let them know that A, I have a miracle worker, and B, that there are a lot of programs to help. And a lot of
Yes.
different loan options, which we will touch on a different segment of this, but I would love to dig deep into FHA and USDA and other programs that we have available to
Yes. Yeah.
the buyers.
There's one more little piece I was going to add. Even if the buyer is not a first-time home buyer, our state housing agency has another down payment assistance program that we can consider. Not quite as much on the amount. Typically, will only cover their down payment, so their down payment and their closing cost. But there are still, again, other options that are available, even if you have owned a home. So I just really, really encourage folks to reach out to their local lender, find a professional and expert that can help walk them through these pieces to help them to home ownership.
And next week, we are going to talk about what the different types of lenders are. So you keep saying reach out to your local lender, and we will touch on that. So tune in next week to find out what's the difference between the different lender types, banks, mortgage lenders, and et cetera. So thank you, Stephanie. This has been a great episode of the Monday Mortgage Minute, 6 minute, 7 minute. But I'm happy to be providing this information to the general public, because it is certainly, there's a lot of misconceptions around mortgages. So if you are looking to purchase a home, please reach out to me, Valerie Beausoleil. My number's at the bottom of the screen. If you need a mortgage or have mortgage questions, reach out to Stephanie. She has the answers for you and can point you in the right direction of the best program for you. Again, any comments below, please put them in the comments, and we will be sure to address any questions that you might have in future episodes. And like and share the video. Stephanie, anything else you want to add?
That's all for today. See you guys next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.